Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another videos. Another paid request this time from Nate. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos or topics, reactions, re-reviews, commentaries, what have you, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And this is for the 2004 film Anchorman. Now, I gotta be honest, I never got on the hype of Anchorman. That was a film that I had not seen, but I had seen clips of, and people referenced it a lot with the lines of dialogue. People saying, "Oh, it's such a quotable movie," and I'm sitting there going, "Is it really?" I felt I was just so outside of the norm for that. Does Will Ferrell? I'm not a big Will Ferrell guy. I did not mind Talladega Nights. I did quite like The Other Guys, which is some of the films this director did, Adam McKay. But there's other times where he's very much mudding, being very annoying, being very over the top. Elf, for example, I never liked Elf. And this one, this is my first time watching it all the way through. This wasn't for me. If it's for you, God bless you, man. There's other comedies I much enjoy over this. Will Ferrell plays Ron Burgundy for San Diego News. And just a lot of just Will Ferrell riffing and what felt like overlong Saturday Night Live sketches. I love scotch. I love scotch. Scotch. Love goes down into my body. I'm like, shut up. Shut the fuck up. Come and see how good I look. I know he's supposed to be smug and annoying, but he still just came off smug and annoying. Why am I supposed to like this motherfucker? And his team wasn't much better. Paul Rudd, I think, has done better. He's a field reporter. He's a ladies' man with really shitty cologne. Steve Carell, who does the weather, he just says... They literally say he's mentally, can't say the word, but it starts with a re. And so because of that, he could just say random stupid shit like, I ate a big candle, or I don't know what we're yelling about. And then you have the one guy that I've seen a bunch of stuff, who is this... deals with sports. And Christina Applegate. I like Christina Applegate. Sadly, she's going through health issues. She holds her own. She does the best that she can. She's a new person in, and because they need more diversity. And the film takes place, I want to say, in the 70s or so. And, of course, the crew are mad because, oh, we have a woman here, and... A lot of Will Ferrell riffing. Like, he's riffing with the dog, and the dog's barking, and it goes on for what feels like forever. Oh, say this, don't say it in Spanish, say it in English to me. You pooped in the fridge? Why? I'm not mad at you. I'm actually... that's commendable that you're able to do that. It just goes on for like 5 fucking minutes. I'm like, dude, can we move the fuck on? The crew keeps trying to pick up Christina Applegate, and she says no, or beats them up or something. Will Ferrell says, hey, let's go out on the town together, and immediately gets a boner. And it's awkward, and it's trying to explain it. It goes on forever. He plays the flute. Christina Applegate just immediately falls in love with... And I don't know how the fuck she falls in love with this guy. I guess that's the joke, is that there's no reason she should fall in love with him, but she does. It's just, I'm thinking, where's the laughs? I don't understand what's so funny about this movie. I'm sorry. You don't get it. You're right. I just told you I don't get it. I don't think this film is funny. I think this film is annoying, it's irritating, and it's easily one of the most overrated comedies in the past 20 years now, because this is 2004. Easily one of the most overrated comedies of the past 20 years. Anchorman. And this type of a guy to watch Talladega Nights. I didn't watch, like I said, I like the other guys and stuff. The movie. But the only kind of smirk I got is Jack Black's appearance as this motorcycle guy who Will Ferrell accidentally threw a burrito such in his face, and Jack Black stops him. You wrecked my bike. That was the one thing I loved. So he takes a dog. It's obviously like a toy dog, and he kicks it off the bridge. Of course, Will Ferrell's incessant crying easily killed that joke. And maybe the other smirk is the news fight, because of Vince Vaughn is the other team who was in second place. And I thought Vince Vaughn was actually better than Will Ferrell. I kind of wish this movie was about Vince Vaughn and his team. Or at least about Vince Vaughn as the star of this. Maybe because, while I don't love every film he's in, I like Vince Vaughn more than Will Ferrell. But yeah, I would kind of wish this was more Vince Vaughn's movie. And then they're ready to fight, but then here's a team headed by Tim Robbins, and here's a team headed by Luke Wilson, and here's a team headed by Ben Stiller. And the fight goes off, and Tim Robbins cuts off Luke Wilson's arm, and Steve Carell suddenly has a trident, and just how crazy cartoony it gets. There's probably the one scene I could say, okay, this is somewhat, it's silly, it's buffoonish, it's cartoonish, but I'm somewhat entertained by the quirky energy of it all. But that's really the only true scene that I liked in the movie. The rest of it is them trying to get Christina Applegate in trouble. She's told by someone that whatever Ron Burgundy will read whatever's on the teleprompter. He does it, so he reads, "Go fuck yourself, San Diego." He realizes what he said. He gets fired for it. Christina's very sorry about it. Immediately, Ron gets drunk and everybody hates him. And then one day, they're doing a story, the news team on this zoo. Christina Applegate gets pushed into this den with bears, where Ferrell comes in, saves Christina Applegate, disrespect to people. Now and later on, they're co-anchors. And probably the only joke I got out of that I've chuckled is Luke Wilson is there. He's missing one arm. A bear comes up, just takes his other arm, and he's like, "This dude's goddamn ridiculous." Because I like Luke Wilson. But, I mean, that's maybe the bit with Jack Black, the news fight team, and the bit with Luke Wilson losing his other arm. Those are the only three somewhat chuckles or entertainment value I got out of this. Maybe because I'm not a fan of this cast. Paul Rudd I like, but I've seen him do better. Honestly, I've seen him be funnier and stuff. Will Ferrell, I'm not big on. There are some movies of him that I don't mind. Steve Carell, even, I'm not big on. Evan Almighty, I thought sucked. Sometimes I could deal with him. I didn't watch much of The Office. The bits I saw, I went, it's there. You know, it is what it is. Like I said, I'm like, can we go with Vince Vaughn's team instead? Or Vince Vaughn versus Luke Wilson? I want to see that. Vince Vaughn versus Luke Wilson. And then there's Tim Robbins with his PBS or whatever, public broadcasting team in the background. And yeah, Ben Stiller's there speaking Spanish. Because Ben Stiller is part of the Spanish team for some reason. So yeah, I sincerely don't know what else to say. I just didn't think it was funny. I know a lot of people love it. They find it quotable. Good on you. These quotes like Danny Trejo as a bartender. Times are changing. Ladies can do stuff now. I just, okay, I just don't know what's funny about that. I don't. Or Will Ferrell saying, "Beard of Zeus," when he first sees Christina Applegate. Okay, he said a really stupid fucking line. I know a bit was when they're all yelling about there's a girl working for the team and Steve Carell is so stupid. He's like, "I don't know what we're yelling about. Loud noises." Yeah, your annoying fucking voice is a loud noise. Shut up, please. This was just not in. This is not my cup of tea, I guess. This is not my taste. My favorite comedies would be like The Golden Child and Big Lebowski and Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle and Cheech and Chong's Up in Smoke and 3 Men and a Baby and Crocodile Dundee and Jumpin' Jack Flash and See No Evil, Hear No Evil, The Odd Couple and Grumpy Old Men. I'm just talking about comedies I enjoy. Some more so Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy, Bill Murray, Scrooge, Ghostbusters, Stripes. I guess those are just more my cup of tea, more my comedy, more my taste. This is like trying so hard to be funny and muddy and just like Will Ferrell's performance that just did the opposite for me. Which I know is so weird that the other guys I didn't, but the other guys I actually thought was more like Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg. Funny enough, actually worked decently together in that movie, and Michael Keaton stole the show, and Sam Jackson and The Rock being such gun ho, and they're jumping off, and Will, what was it, the song? Be my hero, and it doesn't cut, and they slowly fall to the ground to their deaths. It doesn't cut away. I'm laughing about that. Like that script that I enjoyed more. That's just me though. Like I said, there's some stuff I don't mind Will Ferrell in. I'm one of the few people that actually liked the Land of the Lost movie. And that's because I don't know shit about the show. But I actually didn't mind the Land of the Lost movie. I'll admit that. I'd rather watch Land of the Lost than Anchorman. I'm sorry. I don't care if I'm the last. I don't care if I'm the only person on Earth that says it. It's my opinion. And say it again. I'd rather watch Land of the Lost. Not Lost in Space. Land of the Lost than Anchorman. I really would. So. I know people disagree. Oh well. We all have different opinions. To each their own. So with that said, thanks for watching. And we'll see you guys later. This movie gave me a headache. Later.